sure we're working before we drop the link. Sound testing. Before we drop the link. Sound testing. Oh, the echo. Jeez. Okay. Oh, why do I have multiple echoes? Sound testing. Oh, the echo. Jeez. Okay. Silence. Okay. There. Echo should be gone. Bam. Yep, thinks everything's up and running. I'm actually going to drop this on my Facebook. Actually advertise. Sure. Drop this in line. Okay, yep. Hey, what's up, Guardian? Almost ready to get the show on the road. Yep. Please. It's way down. Hey, what's up, LTK? Moral HT, how's it going? And RJH, Sora. Sup, everyone? How are you guys doing today? It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Purple is the best color. Does it actually have the same colors between multiple screens? I always assumed, I was led to believe that it's randomized colors. So I actually got a different color set for names, at least for some people. In the chat I've got popped out, in the chat I've got in the tab. Oh, okay, you can actually pick the colors? That's cool. Roy's got a lot of cool colors in Smash 4. I've actually, if it wasn't for the fact that I've been using green since literally 2004, I would seriously consider picking some of his other colors in Smash 4. Hey, what's up, Sebururu? Sebururu? Give it another minute or so for people to come in. Yes! What's still the Yoshis? That's my favorite thing. It's always frustrating playing against Yoshi as Roy, because most characters are like, oh, well, you just hit Yoshi out of his double jump hard enough and he dies. Whereas like, I can't do that. I don't hit people hard in the air. But he does have the footstool. I should get countdowns. That'd be good. So I guess before I get the analysis started, while I'm still waiting on more friends to come in, so to explain a little bit, not sure if you guys may have heard, I have actually joined the T-Lock group recently, the attorney locator. It's not actually as a sponsorship. They're not sponsoring me as a player. I am joining as a commentator. And so it's not really going to change my play too much. I'm still going to be going to events. I'm actually going to be entering some more events. I've started up entering Infinity and Beyond again. Still really rusty and messing around with new characters. So not doing very well. But yeah, I'm still going to be doing my same thing where I'm going out to play at events and actually participate. But I will also be behind the commentator's desk more. If you guys watch Monday Night Melee or Shockwave or Infinity and Beyond, you may have already seen me there. But yeah, I will expect to see more of that. The buzz was pretty hype at Genesis. The grab release to up smash, especially pretty. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and get started. I think all the people who are going to come are here. So, what I want to focus on for today's analysis stream is Roy against the Link characters. Toon Link and Link. This first match I've got is against Muse, who is one of the better players from Oklahoma. It's a Toon Link player, who I had actually played before in the past. But this is at the Tourney Locator 1K for Smash4, which was about a month ago. Roughly a month before that, I had played Muse up at an Oklahoma tournament, and he trashed me pretty good. Had a really hard time figuring out just how to hit him in neutral. The fact that Toon Link runs so fast and his bomb animation has a little bit less end lag than it does in some of the other games, so that threw me off a little bit. But mostly just him running around in neutral and throwing bombs. I didn't really know what exactly it was I was supposed to do about that. Roy's a pretty fast character, and since he's a upfront, like, sword slashy guy. Oh, I forgot to start the recording. Oh, I did start the recording. Excellent. I'm good at games. Since Roy has to get up close to actually do things, I assumed my game plan should be just like run him down, just chase him everywhere, and like eventually I'll hit him and start things up. And that did not work in the slightest at all, not even close. And I thought at the time maybe it was just because I wasn't used to playing that way against Toon Link, because I just don't know what he does. But then I played several other Toon Links here in Dallas. Highland especially was one that I have in mind, where I tried the same game plan against him, and he wasn't like quite as campy as Muse plays. He played more, a bit more footsies, like with perfect pivot up tilting in and getting huge rewards, and like some throw mix-ups and such. But that game plan I tried still didn't work. So coming into this game at the T-Lock 1K, my game plan was instead to, rather than chase him down, was to take ground slowly, incrementally. Don't dash at all, because whenever I'm dashing, I can be hit out of things. You can't shield whenever you dash. So instead, just walk around, power shield as many projectiles as I can, neutralize his conversions off the bombs and the power shields, because that's where Muse got almost all of his damage against me before, and then see where I could go from there. So let's get into it. So yeah, you can see right off the bat, I'm instantly doing the game plan that I mentioned. Okay, let's see if I can get my controls or anything about it. Oh, that's 10 seconds. That's a minute. Okay, we don't want to go a minute back. There we go. So right off the bat, I'm not wanting to be fighting too close to him whenever he's got this bomb in his hand, because the bomb falls off relatively fast, so it doesn't control too much actual space. But yeah, I wanted to sort of feel him out, see what his response was to me playing a little more patient and safe. So I just back up, and then walking forward, so it's not too difficult to react to the bomb throw and just shield. Bombs don't actually have any shield stun. The way that shield's done is calculated in all Smash games is based off of how much damage a move does. And as you saw, well, I guess it doesn't really show there since obviously it didn't hit me. But the almost all the damage from Toon Link's bombs doesn't come off the bomb physically hitting you. It comes off the explosion that happens afterwards once the bomb hits you. And since the bomb doesn't detonate whenever it hits your shield, it's got very, very little shield stun. So you can act pretty fast out of it, even if you're not necessarily power shielding everything. Yeah, this is a trick Toon Links like to do a lot, where they'll run past you and to like try to bait out a response, and then throw the boomerang at the back of your shield. This seems scary at first until you really like sit down and look at it, because if you're shielding and if Toon Link has a bomb in his hand, he can't actually hurt you. That's one of the reasons why I decided to try out this game plan. What I've done in similar things against like Lunchables in Project M. If Toon Link has a bomb in your hand, there is actually no moves he can do to you that can hurt you if you're shielding, because the only way you can effectively beat shield, unless your shield is super tiny because it's taking a lot of damage, is by grabbing. And Toon Link can't do that when he has a bomb in his hand. He physically can't press that button. Z turns into bomb throw. So yeah, that's why I elected for this game plan, to completely just to shut him out. And the reasoning behind that, why it's not too bad of an idea, even if he does start going for more throws, is because if he starts going for a throw, he starts going for super risky plays. If he misses a throw, say because I spot dodge or because I roll, then that leaves him really, really open. And that's openings that Roy can really, really take advantage of. Nice little scramble there. Jab's doing a pretty good job against Toon Link once you actually have him in a scramble. You just have to, corner him. Okay, looking for the roll after the... So this is actually something we talked about in the Roy Discord not too long ago. I think this actually isn't a terrible position for Roy to be in, the grab release, because this is prime spacing for Roy to be setting up like jab on shield, down tilt on shield. It's really, I think this is actually like the prime distance Roy wants to be at against most characters. The problem with it lies in the fact that after you've grab released someone like this, they still have 60 frames where you can't grab them again. So if they just shield, you can't actually do anything that hurts them. So yeah, I was trying to roll behind him and try and bait out a roll away or a spot dodge, but he has a pretty good reaction to roll behind me instead. And here, this is a prime example of why you don't want to be dashing in this matchup, because he can't shield that bomb that he threw at you. So yeah, even here he could have gone for a grab, but even at 0%, it's pretty risky. If he screws it up, he's going to be taking a lot of damage off of, a Roy throw or Roy falling up air. And so far, from what I had gathered, playing against Muse, is he was not the sort of character that wants to take risks. He generally plays safe. Just is content to throw lots and lots of bombs. Hey, what's up, Albino Ranorex? Yes, it has been like 2 weeks. I've been slacking. Well, I've been more so settling into the new schedule of yeah, I just, as I was planning at the start of the stream, I just joined Tourney Locator officially, so I've been doing commentary with them. So partially falling into the rhythm for that, partially fixing my sleep schedule. But yes, I'm back. I'm doing more. I am not done. Again, shielding pretty safe. This time he actually does. Interesting note to note that it's not him actually attacking me from my shield here that gets me punished, but rather freaking out whenever he's running around my shield. I think if I had actually just sat there and shield and done nothing at all, he probably wouldn't have pressured me accordingly. Like if I had just dropped shield and jabbed, drop shield up tilt, drop shield, done stuff. So it was his punishment to the reaction of me trying to get away, rather than the punishing of me actively trying to shield. Doing a pretty good job bouncing bombs off my shield. But at this point in time, I'm basically okay with losing this stock. I've got a little bit extra credit on his. He's at 48. I see that my game plan is working. Oh, kind of a risky. So what I tried to do here is dash in. I think I was expecting him to neutral there. Neutral, or I was trying to bait out a grab. Either way, it didn't end up working. He's content to throw bombs. Walk forward shield a little bit safer. Yep, so one of the worst situations you can be in is when a boomerang is coming back on you like this. Hey, what's up, Foxworthy? So whenever the boomerang is coming back to Tlink and Link, it's actually a pretty terrible position to be in, because you have to deal, like, you have to either, like, say, power shield the boomerang, just regular shield it, try and, like, jump away, which gives him a lot of control. He ends up controlling, like, all of this stage, and assuming he hadn't pulled a bomb out, which is what I was afraid of in this situation, if the boomerang does come back and you just shield it, he can still grab you. One of the biggest weaknesses of the Smash engine, in my opinion, is that there is no protection against unblockable grabs. You can be in shield stun and still be grabbed during it. There's no way to escape. This is one of the situations where that would actually come into play. It doesn't come into play too often, but yeah, this is one of the times where, like, this is a situation you basically have to avoid. If he hadn't pulled a bomb, I didn't see he had pulled a bomb. I was too focused on the boomerang at this moment. But if he hadn't pulled a bomb, he could have just moved forward and waited. And if I did shield the boomerang, could just grab me and back throw me, and I'd be dead for free. Which is why I roll out of it. There's the shielding on people's landings I've mentioned before. Roy's shield to jab, pretty good way to cover people coming down from above. Unsafe spacing on the boomerang. Well, it could have been a better punish, but I'm curious what this jab clipped him out of. If he was trying to do something, or if he just didn't shield in time. Show me. It looks like he was trying to jump away. Jab will cut him out of that. If he had jabbed himself, I think Tlink and Link's jab may have come out faster than Roy's. Kind of surprised he didn't punish that roll, since he had punished it before. Don't know what he was looking for. That bomb eventually. Kind of a cute bomb pull. It's definitely not somewhere you'd expect someone to pull a bomb out at, which is one of the reasons why he ended up getting the kill, is because since he jumped like that, you see, oh, someone's pulling a bomb right behind me. You know, I shouldn't hurt him for this. He shouldn't be able to get away with this. But, you know, his spacing was such that he was drifting away as he's pulling the bomb out, and since it doesn't have too much end leg on it, he's outside of the reach of my sword afterwards. So this is still, take a drink. Wow. Still a very, very comfortable lead. He's at 112, which will, you know, Tlink and Link's not a particularly heavy character. He will die to a lot of Roy's stronger moves at this point in time. So, but still, you know, taking it slow. Don't want to get hit by too many bombs like that. Okay, so we note here, at this point in time, he's starting to use throw. So it's something that I should be looking out for now. Because if he misses a throw at this percent, I'll just kill him for free. I think that up B up B backwards like that. Still has the armor. A little bit trickier than up being someone straight in front of you. So I feel like the hitboxes don't quite reach as low. But still a very good option for people that are up at the 45-degree angle. Now we'll cut through his pressure, and that is stuck. Move on to game 2. So I'm trying to think what I banned. I don't remember, honestly. Maybe FT? I don't know. I think FT is a pretty good Roy stage, so I may not have banned it. Maybe in some matchups I wouldn't want it, but. Okay, so that time I clipped him a little bit for trying to pull the bomb right behind me. Even with Westby pushing me backwards. Just a faster reaction this time. I don't think I shielded. Nope, I was going for a falling up air, which actually didn't come out. Yeah, bad grab, gonna get me bombed. Yeah, again, so a little bit scared of doing the grab right here because I had just whiffed the grab and took like the bombed forward. I took like 20% off of that. So playing a little bit more safe, which again I think is the correct option since he had a bomb in his hand. Shielding is, never going to get you hurt. So he went for the. He actually. He's starting to catch on at this point in time that I'm perfectly content to sit and shield all day. Oh yes, up air combo starters are delicious. It took me a while to realize just how delicious they are, like just how much Roy gets off of them. But yes, that has certainly become one of my favorite moves to drop with. Yeah, at this point in time, he's kind of got a general layout of what my game plan is. So he understands that I'm going to be shielding a lot. So he's starting to go for a little bit more grabs. He doesn't really get anything off of it. I'm pretty sure Tlink and Link could have got a follow-up off of some throw at that percent. Looked like even up air would have worked off the up air, but he was content to pull more bombs. Oh yeah, falling up air, the tip. I was actually just sitting down and practicing that earlier today, is the spacing for falling tip up air, and then using that as a kill setup. Because that's something I think that I haven't been utilizing as much as I could be, actively looking for that as a way to end stocks at like 120%. And even messing with that and falling first hit of neutral air, it actually true combos at some percents with either tip up air or sweet spot neutral air first hit, which is interesting. Like on Fox, with just testing in training mode, so I have no idea. Don't really know how practical it is to land this on him, but it's first hit neutral air into down smash. It's a true combo, and we'll kill it like 110-ish%, depending on where you are on stage. Blazer stage pikes are so good. I think that's one of the better ways for Roy to edgeguard off stage. Tink has no true throw follow-ups. Interesting. I swear, I'm pretty sure I've gotten down throw up tilted before. Maybe I want to say I've gotten throw comboed. It might have been just because I wasn't familiar with the throw setups and just fell into random stuff. I guess that's something I'll have to lab, like actually figure out. Because if Tlink and Link doesn't have any throw follow-ups at all, period, then I would be more than happy to sit and shield all day. Okay, a little risky on my part here. Trying to dance over the bombs rather than just sit and shield. But that is a kind of a scary spot to sit and shield at, near the ledge right here. Since I'm so close to the ledge itself. Excuse me. It's a lot of getting clipped by almost anything will send Roy really, really far out. And well, as my chat is mostly full of Roy players right now, I'm sure you all know Roy getting knocked far off stage is a bad, bad place to be. Ooh. Okay. I'm impressed that I went for that, honestly. That barely hit him. Wow. So this is actually one of the the safer ways to set up an up B is doing it right at the ledge, so that you can, you cover all this space with the up B, maybe a little bit more depending on if you angle it. And even if you angle it as sharp outwards as far as possible, you can still drift back to the ledge and grab it. So as long as your opponent isn't like still off stage or jumping up onto the stage as you're falling down, Roy's generally safe. That killed, yeah, it killed surprisingly early. That was a pretty good call on my part. I want to see this again. What exactly was the positioning? So he did already use his double jump. That was probably one of the reasons why this this setup worked. Is since he had to, coming down from above, had to either like go to the platform, go to on stage, or go to the ledge. It's pretty difficult for characters to drift super far out from this far on. Please. So the up B covered most of that. It would have been pretty hard for him to weave on stage. He would have had to like air dodge through the up B, which is obviously super risky. He's air dodging straight into the face of a Roy waiting on stage. Forward smashes will end the stocks in those situations. But yeah, so that actually covered a lot of his options since he had used his double jump already. He could have like air dodged and fell below stage and up B'd. That would have been pretty safe. Calling out the double jump. So in situations like these, landing the forward air. So it doesn't actually true combo off of a forward air like this, but there aren't many places your opponent can go. Like, so they fall, and you've got some frame advantage. They can jump, they can fall, they can air dodge on stage. You can obviously call out basically any of these options. If he aired it on stage, I could have empty hopped and then re-grabbed or jabbed him again or down tilted to put on pressure, push him off stage. This time I chose to cover the instant double jump, which is with a full up forward air to cover all this space. Oh, my tool is being unheavy. It's my favorite stage. Favorite stage depends on the matchup. Town and City has been one of my more preferred stages since it's got like the low ceiling. You can get up smash kills and up B kills fairly early, but it's still got enough room for Roy to like run around and do his thing, and set up forward throw strings on the characters it's true on. But that's obviously not a good choice against some of the characters that kill off the top super early, like Meta Knight. If you guys watched my set against, I forget the name of the Meta Knight player. Really good. I think a Michigan Meta Knight player was in town. Yeah, I got killed super early off the top. Yeah, there are similar characters who like will be killing you off the top super early. Obviously, don't want to go to that stage, but it's usually either like Town and City, sometimes FD. I honestly don't have a stage I prefer too much. Like all the stages are kind of all right in my opinion. There's not a terrible level of variance between all the different stages that are legal. So. Oh, that's funny. Schultz can rotate between shield and jump and just camp on the platforms. Interesting. Haven't seen anyone do that, but I haven't seen much Schultz play in general. So. Oh, rough. So I'm trying to, in this situation, to explain why that I've died here, and so that you guys hopefully won't. I'm trying to do like the kind of you see Rosalina's die in similar positions, where I'm trying to up B straight up, but also reverse it. So you have to start to the right, just barely, and then go up. I didn't quite get the right input here. So straight up will obviously be a dead Roy. So that's actually pretty unfortunate, because my stock was still super fresh, still at 65%. Our region sucks. Fair enough. I mean, we're certainly not the strongest region. So releasing the up B, the neutral B early here, will actually punish the roll up. again, the releasing up B at different times will very, very good at covering the ledge. Different release timings will, as long as you know what they're going, call out what they're going to do appropriately, will be able to punish almost anything. So, platform is also a pretty good spot, pretty good way to set up the up B safely. Is right here. He technically could have punished me, like he could have like jumped up and throw the bomb, or ran to beat me and throw the bomb. But it was a pretty big mix-up between whether or not I'll go to the ledge, or pull back, or go and then fast fall through the platform and land on the stage itself. This up B will kill. I believe I mentioned the in my last analysis video. One of the things I was having problems with was punishing people who were jumping directly from the ledge and figuring out how to actively, end their stocks whenever they do that. Because if they're at high percents and they make a mistake, if you know what they're going to do, you should be able to end their stock. And so one of the things I've been focusing on is using up B to cover that, because up B obviously covers all of the space up above Roy. Up smash also covers it, which is something that I've tried and I've gotten to work a little bit. But I think it's actually riskier than just straight up using up B, because up smash will lose to some attacks people are doing from the ledge jump if they are doing that instead. And there's also significantly more lag on the up smash. Like, it's not too difficult for people to drop down and punish you if you missed the up smash or if they did something else. Whereas with the up B, you've got some variance in, like, as I got away with earlier, falling to the platform, falling to the ledge, falling through like the platform and going onto the stage itself instead. There are tricky stuff you can do. So game plan working pretty well so far. The rounding out my kill setups, in addition to controlling neutral, not taking a ton of damage from the bombs, playing nice and safe. I haven't gotten punished too hard for actually shielding. That was one of the few times actually where the shield pressure from the shield actually set me up into a bad position. Yeah, he gets almost nothing off that. He could have, if he was looking for follow-ups off the forward throw, he probably could have got a tech chase, like even something as simple as the forward throw into like dash attack to punish my get up would have been kind of painful. So that'd be a significant amount of damage. It pushed me off stage, and then and then I have to get on stage against the Toon Link who has a bomb in his hand, which would be a pain. A little bit of impatience gets me bombed though. So again, slowly moving forward, punish that dash attack. Pretty unsafe option. Walking instead of running, instead of dashing, helps against generally anytime you want to be moving forward into your opponent's space slowly, and they have ways, like if they either have burst movement. I guess a way to think about it is if your opponent controls a lot of the space that you want to be moving through, you don't want to be dashing. So if they've got projectiles they can use, if they've got like Meta Knight dash attack that just flies forward like half the stage, hits everything, then you want to be walking instead, because you want to be able to shield on reaction if they do something that is going to hurt you. And if you're dashing, you can't shield on reaction. It's very easy for opponents, if they pick up on your rhythm, to put attacks into the positions where you will be dashing and haven't entered run yet and can't shield. And yes, you can, since you can't shield while dashing, it leaves you open. But whenever you're walking, you can shield at any point in time in the walk. You can see here, it's kind of like just walking slowly. It's okay. It's not a rush. We got 5 minutes. Yeah, you can see here. I didn't punish it. I'm with punished completely. I guess I didn't expect him to grab. I expected him to run forward and then slip back, but number one tip for Roy players. I don't know if I have a top number one. if I had to pick one thing to say, it would be learn how to use jab appropriately. Because I think jab is one of his best moves, his best tools. So, I think this is honestly one of Muse's bigger weak points. One of the biggest flaws in his gameplay, if I'm going to try to analyze his gameplay itself, is that he'll have these situations where he puts me in a bad situation, puts me in a spot where I've made a bad call on a fairly risky ball. Like this at this point in time, I air dodged and I landed and I hit the ground and I was like in leg, and he could punish me. He could put damage on me. I mean, even something as simple as just reacting with jab would put like, I don't know how much damage Tlink and Link's jab is, like 10%, we'll guess. Even just 10% and putting me off stage is a pretty significant thing to do. If you don't punish your opponents whenever they make bad decisions like that, they'll just keep on doing it until you stop them. Who's the best Roy these days in Smash 4? Or I assume you're asking Smash 4? Smash 4, it's hard to say. Yeah, there aren't really too many Roy players. I think me, Neo, and Static Manny are some of the best, but there could be plenty out there that I haven't seen who just haven't traveled. Like there was Tattoo of the Sun is a random Dallas player who plays Roy and who's really good, but hasn't showed up to like any events. Blink has started playing Roy here in Dallas also. I'm sure there's tons of Roy players out there I haven't heard of who are good, but there hasn't been too much representation from him at big tournaments. So yeah, it's difficult to say. Oh, so I get a little impatient here, and decide I want to make some things happen. And so to get into his space safely, doing the full hop air dodge maneuvers, good way getting in, dropping with aerials. He definitely didn't expect it. He was trying to pull a bomb after the boomerang throw. Good falling bomb. Okay, so at this point in time, I need to cool down a little bit. Going a little bit too hard for too long will often have you run into an opponent's stuff. That bird detonating the bomb. Okay. Okay, that was a good call, good response on his part. So I've been jumping around a lot, so he knows he's sort of gotten a feel for that, and I spaced the. I think it just hit me. I don't know I don't know what I was trying to go for there. That was just a bad call on my part, I think. Trying to set up the air dodge bait with the double jump back air. Doesn't quite get it. So this is something to note. Whenever you've conditioned an opponent so that they know you're going to fall down on them like that, obviously their response is to shield. And if they do shield an attack and you're not spaced really, really well, it's going to be punishable. And one of the best ways to get around that is by instead dropping and then doing no aerial and just landing. And you only have 5 frames of landing lag if you do that. So that's plenty of time to set up grounded stuff. I didn't quite kill him with the up throw here. I forgot that Duck Hunt has a taller ceiling than most stages, so I should have just went for pummels and damage. Trying to set up the up B. So you can see what I mean now by how that setup can be safe. If he hadn't have ran before throwing the bomb, it might have hit me, but I still got away with it. And again, he's getting almost nothing off of the throws. 10% is very little. Hey, what's up, Vex Creeper? 1, 2, 3. And that Hancock will. What percent was he at? 186? Okay. Pretty high percent for the up throw to kill, but I suppose this is a fairly large stage. Shielding, 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 shielding. So trying try to snatch up his bombs, see if I can use them against him, since he's bouncing out and bouncing them off my shield so often. Figure I might as well give it a shot. No, I did not go to Genesis 3. Another empty full hop grab.
And nice by Muse forward airing there. That would have been unsafe if Cephalon had shielded and just grabbed, but those are the kind of risks you have to go for on recovery.
You should be doing a good job hiding behind the grass. Getting good coverage off of it.
Now, you're absolutely right. It's even percentage.
And there we go. Walking forward and jiggling more. Game plan 101. You mean add you on Twitch? I don't know. Or follow you on Twitch? Or add you on something else? Yeah, I played Brawl competitively actually. I was in the Smash scene since the relatively early Melee days, since 2005. So I was right into the Brawl scene as soon as it came out. It took me a while to really adjust to the new engine, but yeah, I played Falco for the first couple of years, did fairly well. Yeah, that's I could talk about that all day. Will you? Possibly. I think I'm actually going to be busy right after I do this. I'm going to have to head out to Monday Night Melee, but sometime, yeah. Hey, what's up, Kung Zexy? And do I think Roy can compete with the top 10 characters? Hard to say at this point in time. It's most of my play has been trying to catch up to all the other players who are much better than me. So, yeah, I'd have to actually reach that point before I could actually say whether or not I think I can keep up with them. I want to get better. I don't know how far I'll be able to take it, but I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I think Rose is okay. As long as you don't get gimped. Yeah, once again, getting away with the up B at the ledge. Good old bomb the forward air right back to Tlink and Link. Oh, I'm surprised he survived. Oh, I think the bomb detonated. Yeah, that's what happened. So you can see there in the blast zone, it popped. This is the. You can see the charge on the neutral B. I got to charge just a little bit, and that was enough to make the hitbox bigger. Oh, I guess it's also because I stepped forward, so the box is actually covering the jump. That might be. I think you might have to space a little bit closer, or just get a really big charge on it to land the neutral B against opponents who are jumping directly from the ledge. Next major I'm going to be going to, I'm not really sure. TGC is happening in Houston, but I think I'm gonna skip out on that, partially because I'm not too big a fan of some of the guys down in Houston, and partially because there's other events I could be going to. I will definitely be at Low Tier City if whenever Low Tier City rolls around again. I'm sure they'll be having Wii U, along with the standard Melee and Project M. That'd be fun to come out to the Netherlands. Unfortunately, I am not made of money. And yes, I love this little brush. So, in general, my game plan worked out pretty well. Taking it slow, being content to shield bombs, reacting to where he's going to be and forcing him into the corner afterwards. Worked out fairly well, and I think this is a pretty good frame for what the general game plan should be versus heavy projectile characters, as Roy is not rushing in, not doing not necessarily trying to play footsies too much. Because Tlink and Link isn't a character that's going to box with you. A lot of the times he's just going to run away and pull bombs, and which is very difficult for Roy to put him in a position where he can punish that. So until you can, you need to just take it slow. Yes, I am made of flesh and blood and fire. And I really need to confirm that Tlink and Link can't get any throw follow-ups, even at 0%. Because if he can't, then that'd be huge. Hey, don't steal my tag. I like my tag.
We have a match.
Enough about Power Rangers in space.
Moving on to the fire tag. Nice.
Match coming up for you guys. We have your favorite here.
So this is more recent. This was from 3 weeks ago, I believe. Well, I guess the 1K was longer than a month then. It was like 2 months ago. But anyways, yeah, this is relatively recent. Playing against Zanethepure. He's a Link player. He played back in the Brawl days. So, fairly against Link, I think the game plan Roy should have is fairly similar, because Link is going to be controlling a lot of space in front of him with boomerangs, with Zairs. The main difference, though, is that since Link isn't a faster character, and since his bomb throw doesn't have quite as much reward, you can box with him a little bit more. You can dash in and like start swinging swords, since Link will also be looking to use like jabs and forward airs to control space in front of him. That's the sort of thing you can try to dance around and space around and get in before you can set that up. The one main thing to look out for is that the pivot, turn around, the runaway, run backwards into forward tilt controls a lot of space. It's really hard and is a sort of a scary thing. Yeah, I've been rocking the green Roy for a very long time. It's not a surprising thing to hear. That was really clean. The downward bomb throw, the downward bomb throw to falling in there is a very, very Brawl Link maneuver. Comboing into the reverse jab, getting the tick throw. So yeah, and Link actually does get some rewards off of the down throw. He does get combos around like 30 or 40-ish%. So yeah, sitting in shield against this character is a little bit scarier. Oh, getting caught by the bomb on the ground. Nice, pretty nice glide toss by Zane. But it did actually put him in a bad situation. I think he was trying to jump up and go for a neutral air up air. Lately I've been focusing mostly on Smash 4. I've started to dabble in PM again. I entered the last 2 Infinity and Beyond PM weeklies, but mostly messing with random characters. Not taking it too seriously. Neutral air will cut through their grab attempt. Oh, tried to catch the bomb. Got a jab instead and detonated it. I guess this is something to look out for. His bombs don't seem like they bounce quite as high as Toon Link's, so they will fall and land on the ground. How did that detonate? I guess his timers are shorter? I wouldn't have thought that bomb would explode for a while yet. I guess his timers are shorter than Toon Link's. You can see here why I'm kind of hesitant to use up smash to cover get-ups from the ledge. Like that, the timing for it is pretty specific, and it leaves you wide open. And also you can see here, I'm using the pivot F-tilt. Pretty standard Toon Link stuff. Sorry, Link stuff. Huge ol' sword. This forward air. So, reason why this worked, there's sort of a mix-up whenever your opponent is this far out from the stage, because they've still got a distance to travel. You're obviously going to be trying to attack them at some point in time, but the question is whether or not you're going to attack them late and they have to air dodge, or if you're going to attack them early and they're going to have to air dodge early, or if you're going to drop down and bait the air dodge and attack late. And if you push out, you can be hitting them a lot of people earlier than they expect to be in danger. You see, like right here, I'm actually drifting forward and going pretty deep off stage to get the forward air. Oh, it looks like he's actually trying to double jump. Or pull out a bomb, one of the two. Please. There we go. If we make an updated Roy guide with the community, would I be willing to help out? Certainly. I'd be up for that. Say forward air. Dash attack on safe too. I probably could have turned around and dash grabbed that. Or down tilt or tilted in general. Oh, again, I believe I tried to catch this bomb. Yeah, thus you see the startup from jab. But I definitely don't have the timing down for that. The range when you need to actually be pressing the button at. So I've been taking a couple bombs already to do that. I think right then I decided I wouldn't try it anymore. Not too difficult to air dodge through the boomerangs. Yeah, you can see sort of reward you can get when your opponent does miss a grab. Got a quick 18% and more. Good stage control. Maybe punishable there. I think I might have been able to tilt that. Maybe? Kind of risky. I'll have to look at that. Look up Link frame data. Just how negative his forward tilt is. Nice pivot grab to scoop up the landing. So yeah, now I want to be. Now that I'm at a higher percent, I want to be transitioning towards a more defensive playstyle, or not so necessarily defensive, but careful playstyle. So Link has a lot of things he can do to kill a Roy at 150%. So my objective right now is just to slowly push in and try to put on extra damage before I lose my stock. And the best way to do that is by not getting hit ever and be willing, not take big risks, just willing to take little bitty damage whenever it comes. And mainly focusing on not letting him land his moves that will set up his kills. Not getting hit by a bomb or boomerang so I don't get forward aired. Not getting hit by random forward smashes or the pivot back air. Pivot forward tilt. This killed him super early. Let's go back a little bit further. So, this is one of the reasons why it's a good idea to just push in slowly, is because you don't need to necessarily get deep into your opponent's space to pressure them. So see, like right here, I believe I power shielded the boomerang, and he's expecting me to rush in right afterwards and try and punish. Instead, I'm just walking forward. So whenever I see that he rolled, it's very easy to react. Yep, upbeat super high here. The drift back onto the platform put him in a really bad spot, and it's not difficult to bait the air dodge. He did actually... He landed on the stage, so he did have his double jump available right here. He could have double jumped instead, and then recovered from high, which I think would have been a better position to be in. Because the reason I killed him was not necessarily that my back air is super strong, that he's at a super high percent, but because he's just so far out from where the stage is. I mean, we're practically at the blast zone. So, kind of an unsafe choice on his part. He could have fast falled and then air dodged and tried to get lower, but even then, I could have potentially falled with him and back aired him, and he still would have been dead. So I think in this situation, you usually want to hold on to your double jump as long as possible. But since he died, because of the fact that he didn't use it, it would be better to go in high. Perhaps take a couple hits on the way down, but he would still be alive.
Right, that bomb saving him there, but too little, too late. Coming in with the back air, Mr. Stefan takes that 2-0. Yeah, that's the perfect scenario. You take the stock off. You're at high percents, and then you're able to get so much extra credit that you take off another stock and you get that 2-0. Exactly. So he had that perfect.
So going to Battlefield Game 2. The main thing to note on this stage, I think, at least as far as this matchup goes, is the platform layout will make it a little bit harder to get in on him if he's playing defensive underneath it, since Roy relies on tricky ways to drop down onto opponents to set up aggression, whether that be cross-up up airs or spaced falling forward airs or empty hops. Oh, I'm still getting away with it though, so maybe that's not really affecting the game too much. Maybe I'm overanalyzing that. Oh, his own bomb's kind of getting him in trouble there. So this is one of the ways, as I've mentioned before in the past, Roy is very, very bad at contesting opponents who are directly above him with his up B, since his hitboxes are all in front of him. So yeah, this is something Links have been doing actually since Melee. They'll just, like, the characters with this sort of sex kick neutral air, just run off stage and neutral air down on top of a Roy. It wasn't too difficult for me to react and just do nothing, react with nothing, and go lower than the hitboxes are. But it's something you have to look out for, because that will cut straight through an up B. Kind of an unsafe bomb pull, but he gets away with it. So this is something actually you may have noticed me get away with against Muse as well. In this specific position, whenever he throws a boomerang and I got in over it, I got in over the boomerang, but not in early enough to actually punish the boomerang throw. Dropping with an aerial, again, is unsafe in this position, so going for the tomahawk grab instead. Could we play sometime? Possibly. I'm going to be busy, I think, most of this week. Busy today with, obviously, this stream and then commentating at What I Hate Melee. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to actually be streaming Darkest Dungeon, since that is coming out full release. But yeah, sometime later in the week, I could possibly set that up. I need to find a way to get a LAN adapter. So I have a LAN adapter for Wii, which I believe is usable for Wii U. Maybe I'll have to verify that. Let's see if I can get that set up for my Wii U. I'm doing an analysis stream right now, mister, so we cannot play at the moment. Okay, so Wii and Wii U do the same adapter? Cool, I think I do have one.
They buffed like a lot of things for Link. They buffed his forward air. Like if you saw the last Link, Hyrule Hero.
Don't probably trying to go for turnaround jab, but I'll wait to get it to come out after the. So yeah, this is actually something that I mentioned earlier, is the falling tip up air. I think I was going for a sweet spot here, but managed to get the tip up air instead, and that puts him out of the platform, super vulnerable. This is a pretty good position to be in, having him above me. Never good to be above a swordsman. Put out tons of damage. I think this wasn't a bad idea. Jumping and air dodging to get to the boomerang, but obviously Roy can't. If he short up air dodges, he has to hit the ground. Then he always has the landing leg from the air dodge since he falls so fast. So a full hop would have been better, but not a bad idea. Something to keep in mind. That's an ugly jump. I was trying to catch the bomb, but definitely should have just stayed on stage to pressure him. Yeah, punch pull jab. So this is something I've been having some trouble with against higher level players, is actually hitting them in situations like this. Roy Flared Air is kind of slow. It's like 9-frame startup. So I've been playing against Dakpo a lot in training sessions at the house, and he's been telling me that I should just not try this against him at all, because he could just air dodge on reaction with Luigi, and then Roy's in a pretty bad spot. So I don't know if it's something I can do to like try and bait out the air dodge even harder, or if it's something I should just be giving up on against good players. Oh, and here you see the correctly applied run-off neutral air. Trades with the up B, but that's all you need to get the kill. Oh, that grab pulling me from super far. Catching them the legs from the nair. I was hoping to get a spot dodge there.
Those are the few setups that I mean. Like you could throw a bomb at him and just go for a grab. Because that hits.
So
Throw a bomb at him and just go
this is the great.
for a grab.
This positioning, I think, is. I believe I've gone over this before, but this position where you're behind your opponent and jabbing at their shield like this is a great position for Roy to be in. And if you ever can put yourself into it, I highly suggest it. Like I could have fallen with the forward air there and it would have been safe on shield, but the jab is a much better position to be in.
Depending on how far you are, of course. Okay, for a second I thought he blew up.
Yeah, I thought he actually got hit, but the bomb.
Oh, try to get the cross up air, doesn't quite get to the other side. Little panicky air dodge there, got me punished. Kind of surprised I didn't kill him.
Very far, getting to those really high rage percents right now. Moves are gonna start getting Sari. That was almost really bad for Zethlon.
Yeah, it is worth noting that he does have pretty high rage, so getting hit by something a little crazy could be really bad. Link's forward smash hits really hard now.
Wow, he just. I don't think he even masked.
Not quite gonna kill.
I don't think he masked at all. I think he just took it.
He did the little the item cancel.
All right, he needs to play some traps. He already got 68%.
So yeah, you can see Zane's starting to play super defensive playstyle. So the answer to that is to not take too many risks. So that, you know, this is something that seems like it happens a decent amount against against characters that aren't incredibly fast. Once they get to high percents, they play super safe. So you also have to be playing safe, which means approaching slowly and carefully. Lots of walking forwards, power shielding projectiles, poking at people with jabs and F tilt till you can get a confirm into a kill. Oh, trying to land the power shield, didn't quite get it out in time. If that had been a tip up air, I probably could convert it into a back air. Yeah, good super deep run in, power shield on the boomerang. Will be a grab punish. So he did a pretty good job there clinching out his last stock. He lived for a fairly long time. I think he should have probably tried to go for a little bit riskier plays to get a bit of a reward, since like Link forward smash is really good. It's a risky play, but would have killed me like at that point in time. So I think rather than trying to play defensive at that point in time, he should have been trying to get a little more offensive to get things going, since that's about the times when he can start looking for kills. And he had so much rage that, you know, there were options he had to kill me. And playing defensive set up the opportunity for me to power shield his projectiles and set up kills of my own. So yeah, kind of, as you can see, there are, if the Link decides to play campier, I think you should be playing in a similar way as you do as against Toon Link, where just, you know, playing safe, playing slow, power shielding stuff, and moving forward, taking space, cornering your opponent. Can be scary, you know, just diving headlong into Link's space. He didn't. Zane specifically didn't use the pivot F tilt too much. He used it a couple times on earlier in the game. That is something that Hyrule Hero does more often, which is what I'm going to be analyzing next. It's another Link player, Hyrule Hero, a very good player. He's sort of one of the up-and-coming players here in DFW. Gotten top 3 at Shockwave. One of the players to be aware of. Oh, please. So, I don't remember what my game plan was going into this. I think it was fairly the same. Use the full hops to set up positioning, to set up jabs. Yeah, take it relatively slow whenever he... Not try to chase him down too hard, although I'm chasing down pretty hard right now. That's a fairly risky play, jumping in with up airs like that. I'm cornering him pretty fast. I'll try to use the forwarder to beat.
So like if it follows this trend.
Yep. So he's at this point in time, he started to sort of catch on to the fact that I'm jumping in deep and going for deep aerials. So he gets a punish there, especially off that down air. Down air is super unsafe. And here, get up attack is the best anti-trump setup because of the fact that if they try to set up things like this, where they try to double jump, since as soon as you actually let go of the ledge, you lose all invulnerability. They get clipped by the get up attack, and in this situation, since you're hitting them with like the backside of the sword, it does knock them into the stage, and potentially kills them at any percent, especially because they don't have their double jump afterwards. So it's fairly low risk, fairly high reward, and it pays off really, really big in this game, because we were at even percents. I believe we were even percents. He was actually in the lead by a little bit before the get up attack hit him. So the fact that I just took a stock like that, it's a huge swing of momentum, and especially because now the pressure is on him to get in on me. I can play safe. If he doesn't get in and make things happen, we could just play for 5 more minutes and sit there staring at each other from across the stage, and I win. Doing a pretty good job putting the pressure on right now, though. Ooh. Not sure why this didn't work. I guess I was at too low percent for it. Yeah, get a pretty heavy punish. Missed follow up. Yeah, and here, I was expecting him to go for it to try and finish me off because he's getting a little impatient, which ends up getting him punished again. He's taking a lot of damage from forward smashes, which is really. Oh, and again. Wonder why he tried to go for it again. I guess he was just expecting it to hit. So, kind of a poor attempt on poor hit confirms on his part. A little too impatient. A lot of it was because he did die at a super low percent when he shouldn't have, and he shouldn't have. I think led to me getting the momentum, him getting going a little crazy, trying to bring it back as hard as he could, and that is the sort of thing that happens whenever you start going in too hard. Yeah, if your opponent has the lead, or if they're just choosing to play defensive in general, and you have to or want to contest them, trying to go for too high rewards can backfire really, really hard, especially against a character like Roy, who's got a tool like forward smash to punish really punishable things with a lot of damage and a lot of knockback. Good bomb throw set up on his part. Okay, tricky in neutral air.
Yeah, the bombs are really useful as a trap. I like when they'll just leave the bombs lying around because then you can't really throw out many attacks. See how I just got that one?
So this is actually kind of awkward, trying to attack him whenever there's a bomb between me and him, since what I would normally want to be doing in this situation is jab with Roy. Try to set the forward air, but jab will actually hit the bomb. This video is post shield stun patch. This was from 2 or 3 weeks ago. I guess I should test whether or not Roy's jab will detonate the bomb. It might do too little damage for it to actually set off a bomb that's at the ground height, since it'd just be a tip jab. Something to test. Because if that does actually stop my jab, like I assumed it was going to, that's kind of annoying. So, yeah, just held shield, waited for his response, see what he's going to do. Spot dodge will get punished. Have you ever thought about doing analysis on submitted Roy matches? Yes, I actually have been thinking about doing that. Yeah, I'll have to see how my schedule is going, like how, because I obviously want to keep doing these analysis videos, because I feel like this brings out a lot of the thoughts that I have about my games and my gameplay. And I have commentary to get used to, on top of actually playing. But once I get into a rhythm, yeah, I think I would. That is something I'd like to do eventually. So both of us have pretty high percent. This is about the percent where Roy can be getting kills through smashes.
Full empty hop. He just jumped up and down like 3 times and grabbed it.
Good forward tilt.
Alright, nice pivot forward tilt. Got him off stage. Sethlon's gonna make it back.
So one thing Links really need to start taking advantage of is they can push opponents.
Oh, missed.
One thing Links
How did I get hit by this
really
boomerang?
taking advantage of is
I guess I just got clipped before I hit the ground.
one thing Links really need to start taking advantage of is
Yeah, I tried to just land in shield and didn't land in time.
projectiles, but then they have to
Nice jab to beat the pressure from behind.
Like a hoo-ha kill throw, so
he's got to get out there.
he's got to make good use of his, good positioning. Once he's got him off stage or like in a bad spot, you got to hit him.
So most of Link's approaches right now.
So he's doing a really good job playing defensive, playing hard to get.
So most of Link's
He does convert into that up tilt.
but he needs to
Got really good kill power.
jumping is really a lot more committal than you think.
Yep, shoutouts to all the Roy mains in the chat, definitely.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice conversion.
Yeah, that was
I
real
would
good.
have just YOLO dared right there. Even if you just put it in that spot, it would have gotten damage and he wouldn't have died.
Yeah, that would have been.
So we're kind of in the reverse position now, where
Alright, Sethlon going for the
I'm at super low percent. He's got his stock. He's clinching it.
kill.
I know I don't advocate a lot of YOLO dares, but that was a YOLO dare moment.
Oh.
Oh, that'll be.
Dares, but that was a YOLO dare moment.
Oh.
Didn't actually detonate his bomb, but at that height, it wouldn't. I don't think it would have. Don't think it would have armored it if he had actually thrown it directly down. If I was directly below him whenever he started the bomb, because there is only armor until frame 10, which is when the hitbox actually comes out. So like the first frame where he's leaving the ground, whenever he's actually in the air moving up, he doesn't have any armor anymore.
Oh, the second.
No, I was not a Genesis.
Going straight through the bomb. Hyrule was not ready for it.
Yeah, Sethlon has a lot of setups into that up B, jab and up B, and then raw or out of shield.
That's really important because Roy can't convert off of a throw, which is a pretty major weakness to have. So you need a he has like the next best.
Oh wow, you really up tilted in the middle of mine there.
He has like the next best.
Okay, the second it whipped because that's funny. The like drifted down from his up tilt dodge the second swing.
I would like to say Hyrule
Hoping to bait the double jump there at the air dodge there.
he doesn't use his up B out of shield, he doesn't grab.
You say that right as Sethlon just whipped the shield grab. Yeah, Hyrule's got a big advantage right now.
Alright, let's see what he does with this damage lead.
Forward tilt.
Okay, so this was kind of
What he
this is a risky play on my part. I should have just drifted. So you can see here how our hero's kind of giving up control of this part of the stage to control this half of it. So he's controlling center stage, which is a good play. I should have, however, just landed on this side of the stage and been content to try and fight my way back towards center stage from there. Tried to fall down with the falling up air.
Forward tilt.
Pretty risky, especially because he was at a slight advantage in timing.
That was really smart. Sethlon elected not to grab the ledge so he could hit Hyrule away, but he went for that because he knew Sethlon was refreshing.
Good neutral air.
Or like no, he knew that he did.
It's pretty difficult actually to stop the neutral air from this. So he was actually, I don't think he was trying to counter hit me in the air. He was actually trying to set up the neutral air to fall down with it, because he's been doing that a lot to fall down on shield, which has been pretty. He's gotten away with this. I haven't found a way to punish it if it is punishable yet. So I suppose that's something I need to think about more. Look for this positioning and look for like up Bs or up smashes to punish it, or if I can like step forward and shield and grab. Do I plan on streaming any other games? Possibly. I actually want to start streaming Darkest Dungeon, since that is going full release tomorrow. Probably going to turn that into a drinking game. Should be fun.
Or like no, he knew that he didn't have a jump, so he was gonna be vulnerable.
So yeah, I got clipped by the.
He was
I'm not sure. Oh, I did actually go for the grab.
gonna be.
I think I was expecting either. I was expecting another forward tilt, or a jab or a down tilt or something, or forward smash. So I got caught off guard by the forward air, clipped out of the second hit.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
What percent was he at? He was pretty low percent, 65%. So pretty solid victory from him. No,
Second hit of forward air.
no deaths at 70 from the ledge get up attack.
Oh, you're right.
Puts him at a much better situation. He had really good control of the game in general in that game. Did a lot of tricky ways to set up pressure on shield, like the bomb down throw into falling the neutral air into jabs and stuff. So he did a really good job on the defensive, really good job controlling his space, picking out a good time to throw boomerangs and to use F tilts to control the space around him. So yeah, I think I counterpicked Doug. I believe he banned Town and City. Don't know if... So I kind of want a little bit of smaller ceiling so I can get the up B and up smash kills like I mentioned. So I don't know if this is a better choice than Dreamland. Hey, what's up, the Savage Wolf? Oh, this is sick. Got the Zair and the wind boomerang pulling me right back into him. Oh, but yeah, I think it's difficult at first, Smash Alex. Definitely at first to deal with projectiles because it just feels so unintuitive to just walk forward and basically do nothing. But I think once you actually get a feel for how you should be playing against zoning characters, I don't think it's too bad. Cloud definitely does have more tools to deal with zoning. With, down tilt, dash attack, his neutral B, falling forward air, falling down air. Oh, caught the boomer. Got the bomb, but still ended up getting blown up by it. Yeah, just walking forward, so it's getting center stage. Much better position to fight your opponent from. Down air to punish the missed forward tilt. Ooh, but it's converted from so far away. That's impressive. That's like full Link dash attack distance away. He still manages to convert into the kill. I wonder if I could have air dodged that. I wonder if that was a true combo. Hard to say. Oh, that was unsafe. Unsafe but tricky. He was going for the second hit, I think. Good coverage for the landing. So this is one thing that's kind of difficult to deal with as Roy. Since he falls so fast, it can be pretty predictable when you're going to land on the ground. So characters that can space around your, like falling forward air, falling up air, can be difficult to land against. Yeah, I think most of us are Roy players in here. There's a lot of people like the Roy Discord, and other people that follow me on Twitter, Roy players. Oh, this is cute. B reverse side B. To pull back a little bit. Still close enough to convert off the boomerang hit. I've tried to use I tried to use the tornado to get pushed in a little further to set up the forward tilt, but Hyrule, pretty good awareness of when his side Bs are coming back to him and how that wind box affects positioning. Oh, dog almost got almost got me the added distance necessary to kill the up there. Oh, these falling up airs getting me in trouble. The sneaky grass forward tilt. Cut through that boomerang. Oh yeah, if any of you guys want to join the Roy Discord, and Guardian just posted it. Oh, not a safe bomb pull. We'll get a little bit of damage, lose some positioning. Oh, oh! I should have paid. If I had paid a little bit more attention, I could have got some stuff off of this. Since the tornado is still pulling me forward, I could have got like jab or forward tilt, or maybe an up smash.
Ooh, he could have done like an up tilt or something there. Okay, so out of shield, Hyrule rolling. He's got the damage lead.
Oh, again, dropping with a neutral air. I'm surprised. Neutral air must have less ending lag than I expected to. So that seems like it should be unsafe, but he's definitely slipping around. So one interesting thing to note is that Roy gets really, really low to the ground whenever he dashes. It like halves how tall he is. So in some situations like this, if your opponent is going to use like a Zair or a high hitting projectile like Villager, forward air, back air, or like Zero Suit Zair, you can just slip in right under it. Diddy Kong forward air actually works as well. And then, set up for dash attacks, set up for grabs, set up for side Bs. Oh, good double jump. Oh, so what I was looking for here was for him to do the pivot F tilt again. So you can see he does it, and it moves his head distance away, gets some control. And I expected him to do a second one and then swing again. And so that the counter to that is going deep, because you obviously you have to hit your opponent who's this far away. So try to dash and get a deep dash attack to try and set up that damage to try and cut through his zoning. I hadn't been paying good enough attention, I think, because Hyrule never actually did that twice in a row. That's something I've seen him do in the past, maybe like a month, maybe 2 months before this. But in this set specifically, he didn't do that a single time. So that was a bad call on my part for trying to call out a habit that he obviously didn't have. At this point in time, I think I just kind of crumbled. He had maintained really good control. I wasn't getting a lot of damage. Animated bad call. And he punished it really, really hard. So, yeah, the dash attack a very bad call out. I think for the other things that went wrong in that game, he did a lot of dropping attacks, whether it be forward airs, back airs, neutral airs, and I punished almost none of them. The neutral airs especially were pretty tricky. Roy doesn't have anything that hits like in front and above him like that particularly well. Up tilt doesn't hit very well in front of him. He leans kind of back as he does it. So I don't think up tilt's a good choice versus falling neutral air. Even turned around, I don't think the hitbox is really big enough to contest it. Jab maybe, like jab goes above Roy a bit, so it might be able to contest it, but maybe just early up airs. I think early up airs, up Bs, or up smashes. Up B, up smash, that sounds really risky, but I think he had been doing the falling neutral airs enough that I should have had an answer for them. I should be able to get a feel for whenever he wants to choose that option and cut through it, especially to get kills. But yeah, I think he just played really well overall. He got a good feel for when to use boomerangs, poking safely with the pivot F tilts, not getting predictable with them, and overall just playing really well. He just played better than me, honestly. Neutral B good for anti-airing? Not particularly. If you can get it charged, then it's better, since the hitbox is the explosion is bigger, so the hitbox itself is bigger, and then you get a better reward if you do happen to trade. But at lower percents, if it does trade, then you only do like 8%, which isn't very impressive. Does not have very, very high base knockback or knockback growth if you haven't got it charged. Catching landings, it's pretty good. Well, decently good. It's better for pressure like at the ledge, I think. Okay. So yeah, to sum up, I think the game plan of I like to call it the Terminator walk, where you just walk forward and power shield things. I think that worked out well. I don't think that's where I necessarily went wrong playing against Hyrule Hero. It was more so in controlling him in other ways whenever he was trying to set up full hop stuff. Yeah, going a little bit too hard to try and get into his zone is, as you can see there, that's where I died. Curious how I died. Let's go back and review. See all the times where I died. So I died here because I tried to call out the pivot F tilt that never came. See, I died here because I got hit by a bomb, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that is one of Roy. Kind of anyway, yeah. It's got check it nice. I don't like it. Or jump in do that. The bomb. That's what yeah, he should have gone for using it down air.
Yeah.
Right when Link needs to do that.
So
yeah.
why am I in this position? So I've got him high, chasing his landing. And I tried to... that was a bad back air. Pretty far away. I think this was one of the times where I should have probably gone in for a deep landing, since he had a bomb in his hand. Obviously he can't be forward tilting to try to anti-air me. He could have shielded and then thrown a bomb, but yeah, since I had used my double jump already, there wasn't too far. I couldn't get too far away, so I think I probably should have fallen on top of it.
Oh, nice! Get right off the bomb.
Okay, so first stock, I died because I extended a little bit too hard trying to cover his landing. Second stock, I died because I tried to call out his pivot F tilt. Let's see game before.
Gotta hit him. So most of Link's approaches right now are either pivot up tilt.
Okay, so this was just first stock, game 2. Pretty good read on his part, and a with jab on my part. So yeah, I tried to set up the empty hop in the jab, and he predicted it. Slipped behind me, got the kill. The other time, so yeah, I got killed because I tried to cheat punish forward air too early and got clipped by the second hit. So they're all pretty varied ways. There wasn't any one thing in particular that was getting me killed. Maybe a little bit over aggression, since if I had just walked here, I would not have died. But yeah, it was mainly like dancing around in neutral, where my stocks were lost. And that is one thing Hyrule is really good at. So that's something I'll have to look out for. Better ways to cut through his options in neutral. So I already obviously know the answer to his turnaround pivot F tilt if he does that over and over again. The second time he does it, I can just go deep, dash attack, cut through. I'll have to look a little bit more carefully for his other options, like the falling neutral air. Forward air like this, I should have just kept shielding, and then I could have drop shield jabbed or just grabbed him, I think. Yep, have to watch out for landing whenever he has bombs. I think that'll be an improvement. More things to look out for. Okay, I think that about wraps up the stream for today. Oh, this is a long one. Yeah, thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks for coming out. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you could learn some stuff. As always, if you came in during the middle of this, this will be up on YouTube afterwards. So yeah, as far as other streams that I want to do, I'm probably gonna be doing a more fun hangout stream tomorrow, playing Darkest Dungeon. Maybe doing a drinking game. Looking forward to that. But yeah, I definitely want to get more analysis streams going. I know I've been slacking the past couple of weeks. I'll have to look through. I don't know if I have any ones set up yet that I want to analyze again, but shouldn't be too hard. I would need a Roy character in Darkest Dungeon. That'll be funny. All right, yeah, I need to start getting ready for Shockwave. Oh yeah, I'm going to be commentating at Shockwave. Not Shockwave. Monday Night Melee. So if you guys have any interest in Melee, I will probably see you guys on that stream as well. Till then, thanks for coming out, and until next time.